And now to our next guest who knows a thing or two about pushing outside your comfort zone. Long Lost is hiking guidebook author Tami Asars' new memoir. It's a look at the Triple Crown trails and the quiet shifts that happen when you spend that much time alone with your thoughts and the landscape. And Tami joins me now back on the show. We love having you.
Thank you for having me, and congrats on your 10K.
Thank you.
So proud of you. This is awesome.
I was like, oh my gosh, and now going into your segment with real hard things, but hey, I tried. I want to talk about the story that you're telling in Long Lost. What's at the center of this journey for you?
So this is kind of a crazy story that it actually happened to me. I started out with doing the Pacific Crest Trail in 2016, and I did that because I wanted to be able to talk intelligently about California and Oregon. I had written the book Hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, Washington, and I wanted to see the other states and see how they compared to Washington, right? So I was like, okay, I'll just go do the PCT and see that, and it humbled me. It was very, very hard. It was a really long trail, really challenging moments, and then an unexpected set of twists and turns after that led me to doing two of the other major, most iconic trails in the country and receiving what is called a Triple Crown. And that was a crazy achievement that I didn't expect, and I became one of 100 women in recorded history to ever do that. And it's
Tami, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It's sort of unexpected, and I didn't intend it, and here I am. So it was really amazing. The book follows the Appalachian Trail, which was the hardest for me. It's also the shortest, which is weird. I just thought the East Coast was more rolling hills, and the trail tread wouldn't be as bad but it ended up just being really, really hard. I struggled a ton, and so I told that story and I cut away to the other trails in the book. So it's just a story of that. Yeah.
And I want to talk about the Triple Crown. You touched on it, but what specifically is it to hit the Triple Crown?
Yeah, so the Triple Crown consists of three major trails. So the first is the Pacific Crest Trail, and you can see that in green there. The center is the Continental Divide Trail. So the Pacific Crest Trail is 2,650 miles. The Continental Divide Trail is 3,150 miles approximately. And then the Appalachian Trail is 2,200 miles. So yeah, that is considered the Triple Crown, and there's actually an organization that keeps track of how many people have done this and that kind of thing. So yeah.
And you talked about the Appalachian Trail being the hardest. What about it? What stood out?
Oh my gosh, it threw everything at me. At some point, I was like, okay, now I'm just mad. It's me versus the trail.
It's mental.
It was so mental. I mean, well, first it started off with an airplane ride across the country that gave me a virus, and you can't test out there, so is it COVID? Who knows? So you're hiking and you're sick. And then from there, it was like my immune system was struggling, and then I just kept catching things. And then I had 2 ice storms and hurricanes and the trail tread, and it was like, at some point, I was like, all right, dig deep here, because I really want to quit.
Yeah, what made you continue? What was it in your brain that's like, you can do this?
So that's part of the book, right, is the struggle, because the physical part, as you learned with your 10K, is you just stick with it and you keep going. It's the mental part that's going to be slowing you down. So your options on any through hike are quit and go home or stay. And anybody who has a goal knows how painful it is to give up on that goal. And for me, that was the hardest thing ever, was just saying, I'm a quitter, I'm gonna stop. So I pretty much got to this really deep part of my struggle in my soul where I was like, I am not gonna stop no matter what this trail does to me. And it was this fight. And I pushed through that voluntary suffering. And the other side of that was tremendous joy and fulfillment. And that's the lesson in the book. And that applies to every single person, no matter what you're going through, career changes, challenges with relationship, whatever it is, And so this book obviously appeals to a lot of people other than just hikers, because it's a story of human nature, human suffering, and the ability to have the option to quit and go home or to stick with something.
Definitely. So is that what you want the takeaway to be then for people, that you don't have to pick up this book if you're not a hiker? You're going to get something out of it.
Absolutely. And I've been getting emails from people that have read it that are like, wow, this book is incredible. It's changed my life, in the sense that I've been able to sort of see the suffering and see what you went through and see how you were able to stick that out. And to be clear, this isn't a victory lap. I laid it all out there. I made sure I told the story the way I felt it, because I wanted to open myself up in this very vulnerable space and let people know, I'm a guidebook writer. I literally hike for a living. So you would think, oh, this is going to be easy for you. No problem. It was certainly not. And there was so many moments where I was just questioning, why am I out here? What am I doing? What is the purpose of this? And so with all those doubts going through my head, it was really an interesting thing to have actually finished. It was kind of shocking, quite frankly.
And why did you want to write the memoir now? Why was this the perfect time?
Honestly, it just wouldn't leave me alone. I just kept thinking about it, and I was like, you know, it's really a human story disguised, wrapped in a little trail, is what it is. And it just kept giving me lots of motivation for, like, maybe this could help other people, or maybe it would just be an interesting, fun adventure story too for some folks to read that want to kind of escape their life and read a book about being out in nature when life is, you know, crazy and throwing stuff at you.
Really quick before we leave, where can people get it?
Online bookstores, obviously, or anywhere locally. And I also have other books, but yeah, this is my new baby.
Well, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank
what
you.
an accomplishment. And thank you for being so supportive on my small accomplishment.
It's great. Don't ever give yourself less praise than you deserve.
Well, thank you.